Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Alan Burgos from the hashtag Walk with Lunch channel. Welcome and welcome back to our channel. Guys, if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, please do it so now so that you can be a part of this growing family. We are now officially 7,485 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. Keep on subscribing, keep on helping, and keep on uh baliktad. Keep on subscribing, keep on helping, and of course, keep on sharing. Baligtad. Yan. O, pasensya na po kayo. Okay. Okay. Anything goes po tayo, Anyhow, ang ano po natin ngayon ay pag-usapan po natin yung kay Rene Sagisag. No? Sino nga po ba si Rene Sagisag? Ha? Si Rene Sagisag po ay naging senador po yan, no? Naging senador po yan si Rene Sagisag. Pero ano, ating kilalanin kasi po, pumanaw na po 'no, si Rene Sagisag, ang ating dating senador, pero, laliman pa po natin, ating kilalanin kung sino po si Rene Sagisag, 'yan ha. Para malaman naman po natin kung sino po ba itong taong ito, sumalangit nawa ang kanyang kaluluwa 'no. Si ano po 'no, si Rene Augusto Vercelus Sagisag, ang haba po ng pangalan, 'di po ba? Siguro nung maliit po ito ay talagang nahihirapang magsulat ng kanyang pangalan sa kanyang mga kwaderno, 'no? Pinanganak po ito noong August 14, 1939. Magbi-birthday pa naman sana siya, 'no? Ngunit namatay po ngayong araw na ito. Siya po ay isang abogado, sorry, abogado at isang politician, 'no? Nag-serve po siya as a senator mula noong 1987 until 1992. Okay, si ano po, Rene Sagisag, kung tatandaan ko po, ay pwede pa po siyang tumakbo bilang senador ng Pilipinas noong 1992, no? Parang pangalawang term niya po, ngunit hindi na po siya tumakbo, no? Hindi na po siya tumakbo, ang galing nga, 'no, hindi na po siya nag-re-elect 'no. I do not know kung anong dahilan nun, okey? Pinanganak po siya noong August 14, 1939 sa Mauban, Quezon 'no, sa Quezon po 'yan pinanganak, ah. Um, Kila Antonio Luzada Sagisag Sr., an engineering graduate from the National University, and yun whom Rene described as Spanish-looking mestiza housewife, no? So, yung couple na yon had 7 children, including one daughter. Sila Antonio, Renito, Rene, who was second. Leonidas or Idas Presosio was named after Presosio Palma. Lourdes, who was the only daughter, Rogelio or Roger, and Romy, who was born in Pasig. Yun. Okay. Finished at the University of the Philippines in chemistry but due to congenital defect, passed away in 2010. Yun yung kapatid, no, si Romy. Sagisag is also the nephew of Senator Jovito Salonga. Pamangkin pa po pala ito ng dating Senate President na si Jovito R. Salonga. Specifically, Salonga is the second cousin once removed of Sagisag. Sagisag's paternal grandmother, Talia Sagisag, is the first cousin of Salonga's mother, Ninang Reyes. So napaka ano po, no? So, since ano po, si Romy Sagisag, yung kanyang kapatid, ay lumaki sa Pasig, Rizal, ganun din po siya, no? Um, um, ito po nga, si Rene Sagisag, nag-graduate po yan sa Rizal High School na pinakamalaki, no? Na high school sa buong Pilipinas. Nag-attend po yan ng elementary school sa Makati Elementary School, quickly accelerated to the second grade in few weeks and graduated in 1951 instead of 1952. Magaling po talaga, no? So, nag-graduate po yan sa Rizal High School noong 1955, which led Sagisag to claim because he finished basic schooling in 9 years. The K-12 program is inconsequential for the Philippine education system. So he developed a strong interest in chess and skipped class at the expense of his teachers, who promoted corporal punishment even if he was a consistent honor student. So Sakisag went on to the graduate of Bachelor of Arts degree in 1959. Sambeda po ito, Um, alum alumnus po ito ng Sambeta College, ano, so parang kasama niya si Duterte, no? So taking one semester studying one of his favorite subjects, Spanish, at the University of the East to complete requirements. So he also later graduated cum laude from Sambeta College with Bachelor of Laws degree in 1963 and placed sixth in the same year's bar examination in order to make ends meet. Sagisag worked as a checker, laborer, construction site guard, and messenger from 1959 to 1962. So Sagisag then had to choose to study in Spain. Ah, talaga? Nag-Spain po pala to. Um, sa University of Nevada or the University of Michigan, where he topped the competition for scholarships. However, he was accepted into Harvard after sending a letter in what he called a rinky-dinky typewriter where lulundag ang mga keys. The keys would fall off. Sagisag eventually entered Harvard and obtained his Master of Laws degree from Harvard Law School in 1968. He worked he first worked in private companies in the United States, including San Francisco law firm as training grounds. It was here where he befriended client Joe McMeeking, who developed the city of Makati on behalf of Ayala Corporation. Okay, so Sagisag then started out his Philippine career as student researcher, then associate, and eventually part-time member of the Ledesma, Goitinco, Velasco, and Sagisag from 1962 to 1979. Now, nung martial law po, no, nag-practice po siya bilang ng law, no, as the prominent human rights lawyer in the Philippines from 1972 to 1986 when martial law brought about multiple human rights abuses. He was among the opposition figures targeted for arrest by President Ferdinand Marcos administration upon the declaration of martial law in September 1972. He spent several months in jail without being charged of a crime. Wow, illegal yun, ha? Upon his release from prison, he joined the Free Legal Assistance Group of or FLAG, an organization founded in the late 1974 by fellow oppositionists and principal litigation mentors in Sagisag siyang career. FLAG chairman si Jokno, yung si Chel Jokno po, tatay niya po ito, no? Si Senator Jose W. Jokno, no? Kaya po dapat talaga maging senador din po yun, eh, no? And former Senator Lorenzo Tañada, yung anak po nun, lagi po takbo na ano, na yung Tañada na bata, no, na senador, pero natatalo po talaga lagi, no? Pati po si Joke, no? Pero malay mo naman, this time around, talaga namang manalo yan, no? One of the flag cases that Gisek handled was to prosecute the Manero brothers who killed Father Tulio Fabali. Kinain yata yun, eh, no? Okay, pasensya na po sa mga kumakain. Okay. Tapos ito po 'no, after po nung ano, ay naging flag lawyer po 'yan, yung human rights, juries, he started the movement. Yung Mabini 'no, yung Mabini kasama niya dun po si Senator, Tañada, si Senator Joker Arroyo, si Agustin Bobit Sanchez. Si Bobit Sanchez po ay naging senador din if I'm not mistaken 'no, pero sandali lang o natalo po, parang natalo po ito si Bobit Sanchez 'no, pero naging labor secretary po 'yan ng ating butihing, Presidente Cory Aquino. No? Their cases became landmark Supreme Court decisions, including Olaguer versus Military Commission number 34, 150 Escra. No? Tapos naging presidential spokesperson po to ni Cory Aquino, no? Nung naging presidente siya, noong January 22, 1986, no, according to Gisag, would often groom him to run for the Senate and eventually tease him to become her successor. Eventually, Sagisag decided to run for senator in the first constitutional election in 1987. Okay, so tumakbo po ito bilang Liberal Party in 1987, promising during the campaign that he would only run one for one term. Talaga, he won the election placing 9th out of 24 winning positions. He stayed in the Senate until the end of his promised one term in 1992. Okay. So as a senator, Sagisag served as chairman of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges. He also served as the ad hoc committee on the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant. He was the co-author with his uncle Hubito Salonga of the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees RA 6713, the main author of the Ombudsman Act of 1989, RA 6770, and was one of the 12 senators who voted against extension of the U.S. military bases treaty in 1991. Marami yan, no? Si Maceda, ah, si Estrada, Sagisag, Salonga, Maceda, Estrada, marami pa yung iba, no? Sagisag was one of the only two Filipino senators who attended all 415 15 sessions, days from July 1987 to June 1990, with the other being Ernesto Macedo. Perfect attendance, kumbaga. Sagisag was frequently commuting through a taxi and bringing his own lunch instead of catering offered from the taxpayers. Sagisag mainly wanted to retire from the Senate early due to the excesses of corruption around the political arena. His experience not having to pay a centavo to win the election came due to the high tide of trust in the new Aquino government. However, slowly devolved into campaigning mix with show business, thus prompting more actors and entertainers to become senators. Okay, dami, sobra. Now, following his departure from the Senate, right after the Philippine Centennial celebration, Sagisag was appointed by Joseph Estrada to head the ad hoc and Independent Citizens Committee with members Attorney Francis Pangilinan, ala talaga, Estuar, Lorente, De La Paz, was created by President Estrada in February 24, 1999 through AO number 53 to investigate if there were irregularities that transpired during the preparation celebrations of the Philippine Centennial anniversary. Okay, so they found out that the bidding for certain Centennial projects had been rigged, that certain documents used in the bidding had been falsified, and that certain signatures and documents were forged. Sagisag became one of the leading defense lawyers in the corruption trial of former President Estrada. Yeah, talaga. At this point, Sagisag's law firm, Rene A.V. Sagisag Law Office, became a prominent law firm, and many prominent lawyers worked under Sagisag, such as former Napocor President Cyril Del Callar. Sagisag remained focused on his law firm and on teaching human rights and the rule of law. He continued to make appearances and discuss the political situations in the news, shows, and articles. Ayan, naging columnist po ito ng Manila Times, no? Yung TGIF, no? Sa ano rin, no? Sa PDI, Philippine Daily Inquirer, no? Um, Okay, no, and then he filed also cases against anti-terror law of 2020 and the EDCA treaty under Benigno Aquino III. Sagisag has not been shy of criticizing any politicians, including Coris Aquino's son, Paulo Aquino III or Noynoy, due to Sagisag's argument that EDCA is a formal treaty that needs Senate ratification and not a shallow agreement that the president can make, binding his word of mouth or signature and sa agreement. Dapat naman po gano'n, eh, 'no? Kung may ano po, may agreement between the president and another country, ano po 'yan, 'no? So, kailangan po ng treaty from the Senate. Sagisag also has written some popular books including Sagisag, Wit and Wit, 'no? 'Yon, ang dami, 'no? So, including his friend, the late Senator Joker Arroyo. Sagisag will frequently make appearances to give his review and criticisms of the modern administration, including their policies such as war on drugs of ex-President Rodrigo Duterte, and the disinformation is spread by the political dynasty of Imelda Marcos, yung libingan ng mga bayani, etc. Okay? Ayun, no? So, na-merit, kinasal po ito kay Dulce, no? Who was a former secretary of DSWD under President Joseph Estrada in Manila, December 27, 1970. They first met in 1968. Naging ano po to, no? Secretary ni DSWD, no? Oh, ito nakakatakot, no? Talaga pong ano, no? Ito nung November 8, 2007, Sagisag was seriously injured in a car crash in Makati and leaving from one of their usual late night ballroom dancing sessions. Sagisag and his wife were in their van when a speeding dump truck beating the red light accidentally struck their van in the middle of the highway located sa Palanan, Makati. His driver was injured and his ribs were broken while Dulce's life was taken. Nakakaano, no? Ayan. Si Dulce po ay, ano po yan eh, no? Ah, Anong tawag daw? Si Dulce po ay um, cancer survivor, no? Now, talaga nag-blood clots pa yun, no? Si Rene Sagisag, no? He spent 20 days in the ICU without being informed of his wife's passing by a friend and was released to the hospital 2007. So Rene and Dulce's youngest daughter kay Sagisag is a gymnast but the knee injury ended her quest for gold. Yan. Si Rebo naman is also a lawyer, executive director, former commissioner of UAAP. Yan. And then, which includes Mayor Abby Binay, no? Yung father niya, Jojo Moy, was vice president. Sagisa claimed that Flag and Mavini, in fact, since the end of Binay's term as vice president, would have spoken out against the red tagging from ex-president Duterte and his general, no, including Parlade, no. Though he did not vote for former President Joseph Estrada, implying he was a substandard president. His wife, Dulce, worked for Estrada and Sagisag, like many completely aghast at the Second EDSA Revolution. This sued against constitutional procedures and evolved into mob rule. In terms of personal beliefs, Sagisag always maintained a strong faith as Catholic faith. No? Ayan po ang buhay ni Sagisag. Okay, sige po. Okay, so kung hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe sa ating channel, mag-subscribe ka naman so that we can be able to maintain and sustain this channel. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you all.